Self-creation is a life-changing art. The life-changing art of self-creation is one of the most powerful principles that you can learn for success realization. In fact, it is the foundation of everything. And when you look at those people that have success, that are incredible at manifesting, that have created extraordinary things in their life, you can see the art of self-creation at play. Whether it's celebrities, athletes, people in the personal development world, those that go on to become influencers, philanthropists, self-creation is at play everywhere. And when you learn it, when you learn how to use it with intention, with conscious power, this changes the game in every single area of your life. So self-creation is the ability to consciously create who you see yourself as and the state of being with which you operate from on a day-to-day basis. Self-creation isn't about fixing and changing yourself. It's not about focusing on changing your limiting beliefs and fixing and changing your thinking. It's an undoing, an uncovering. It's a recognizing of the true nature and the ability and the power that you are as the co-creator in and of your life. You see, we're born into ego identities. We are conditioned and molded and shaped to believe that we are something way smaller and way less powerful than what we really are. But the truth is that you are an abundant source of creation. You are awareness, consciousness in action. You are life being lived and creation unfolding. And you are designed as a co-creator, born to co-create. You have the ability to consciously create and expand every area of your life and yourself. But this comes first from recognizing the truth of your identity and then learning how to consciously create in a way that starts with yourself. Self-creation through the spoken word, through the internal dialogue, through your written word, through the way in which you see and be the world. Like, this is such a transformational principle for change and expansion and success creation. You see, you are never not creating yourself. Every word that you speak, every thought that you think is a powerful act of creation, whether you're aware of it or not. Every time you speak the word, I am no good at this. I am overweight. I am sad. I am depressed. Every single time you speak the words, I am, you're reinforcing the creation of the way in which you see and be yourself, and in turn, in which you see and be in the world. Everything that you speak, you create as you speak, including yourself. And one of the most powerful tools that we have to create is the spoken word. And so part of self-creation is about becoming aware of the language in which you use, the way that you're speaking yourself into creation every single day, and using it intentionally. Now, you can start, first of all, just by recognizing how many times over the next day or the next week do you use the words I am? And what is it that you're attaching your I ams to? Because your I ams are creating and reinforcing the conditioned false self-identity in which you were born with. And in order to create something different, we need to first become aware, because awareness is key. Awareness gives us the power and the ability to be able to change how it is we're creating ourselves, what it is that we're consciously doing, and reinforce those things that we want to experience more of. So the first step is to become aware of, what are you attaching your I ams to? How many times a day are you using the word I am to speak yourself into creation? And recognize every time you do so, that's exactly what you're doing. You're hypnotizing yourself into the identity that you were conditioned into. When most people enter into the world of personal development or the law of attraction, we try and fix and change ourselves. without realizing that actually we're trying to fix and change who we are from the false assumption of who we think we are in the first place. And so through the work of self-creation, you start to undo and unfold and remember the truth of who you are. And when you do so, who you are not automatically begins to fall away. And from that falling away, you start to naturally feel your own power. You start to become more aware of who you're being as you walk through your life. And you start to be able to feel the difference in your ability to consciously create, as opposed to defaulting to ego, to habit, and to acting from that old unconscious identity, which is programmed to ultimately keep you safe. That's its job. The job of your unconscious is to keep you safe. And part of the way that it does that is to reignite and trigger continuously the old unconscious ego identity, which isn't self-creation, that's habit and conditioning. And so, like I've said, one of the simplest practices to start reigniting your own power and becoming aware and laying the foundations of self-creation is just becoming aware of your language. What words are you using? How are you speaking yourself into creation internally and externally? When you stand in front of a mirror, how do you talk to yourself? How many times do you actually be with yourself in a way that has you truly see yourself and the true magic of what you really are, of who you really are? Versus how many times are you saying, I'm just not good enough. I'm not good enough for this. I'm not able to do that. I am sad. I am unhappy. I am poor. I am lacking. Whatever it is you're attaching those words to. That's the first transformational shift that you can start to bring in on a daily basis. It doesn't cost you anything and will start to give you everything when it comes to recognizing the power that you have as a creator of yourself and your experience of reality through the life-changing art of self-creation. If you want to go into this in an even deeper way, in an even more powerful way, there's a link below where you can get your free ebook, which goes into 6 transformational shifts for success. So the reality recoding, success creation blueprint, that will walk you through 6 powerful principles, often the 6 things that I see people do that keep them from success, that keep them from creating what they want, and the shifts that you can start making today in your life to become a more powerful creator and start experiencing internally and externally more success and more of the things that you do want to have in your life. So be sure to download that using the link below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I will be going into detail in so many different distinctions and principles and ways in which you can actively use the power of self-creation to create more abundance, more success, more joy, more expansion, and more personal power in every single area of your life.